It literally says it's fake. Oh. Okay, you know what? Don't worry about it. We're just gonna go to the fucking whatever, dude. We're just gonna okay, moving on. Jose Source, trust me, bro. Dude, it's not me. It was somebody else that linked it. You really think me, one of the most gullible people on the planet, is gonna fucking not trust every source handed to me? Of course I'll trust every source until proven wrong. Alright, anyway, back to the game. Also, just a note, when Reuniclus starts playing like in tourney format, you can tell this guy is like serious. So I like that a lot. Let's see if he got this, dude. He's just solo casting today. If you want to watch the other stream, you can watch Keith. He's streaming with Frosty. But for me, all of today's games will be like uploaded to YouTube. But yeah. Or like I hope I can upload all of them to YouTube. I'm not here for the TFT. I am though, sadly. What did Reuniclus start? He started Cloak, and he has like 20 million pairs. So you have like two options here. You can always make 10 or like hold everything. But holding everything, usually you want to do it if you know you can streak. But I feel like being an econ player, it's like kind of hard to justify holding like Braum paired and Lillia when you can just make 10 with like all the pairs that you don't need. Stoneplate starts not bad, so maybe you do actually keep the Braum. You get Braum 2 with Stoneplate, and you get any backliner. Now, you could take Braum 2 and Scalescorn, but I know for a fact that Reuniclus has no experience playing that comp. And then the other two options are just better in general. Best Friends and First Aid. But I haven't seen him or anyone in recent memory actually play any Scalescorn games. But he actually takes it, so he's gonna go early Braum 2 and Scalescorn, and I guess play Olaf. I don't really know what the game plan is though when you take this. You go Olaf Diana. So you, which isn't really meta right now. But even with this early Braum 2, I don't think he can even guarantee a streak because he has no backline damage and he has no items to play around. You could have like played around Stoneplate, but now he has like the Scalescorn thing, the emblem. He's probably just thinking about playing Olaf or something. And then like find any makeshift backline damage until you get an actual like backline carry with like Stoneplate Braum 2. Like I would buy the Twitch and then play the you can buy the Twitch, play the Sedge, and then just solo frontline this and then have that as like your backline damage. It's like hindsight, but he would have had Twitch 2 here with like Twitch 2 with Sedge and then solo frontline Stoneplate. It's like a much better opener. A much better start. But now he's like holding on to everything, debating on whether to make 10. But making 10 here and then selling your Karma pairs, selling your Twitch pairs, selling your everything else limits your options for your like early game board as well, right? But at the same time, not making Stoneplate means he's probably just gonna play around the emblem and go for either Olaf or Diana items. Which I'm genuinely not sure how good Scalescorn is in the meta right now, so this is a pretty interesting first game. Considering I actually haven't seen like I personally haven't seen many Scalescorn games recently. But let's see what his game plan is, because there are options, right? There's like There's Cav Olaf, there's Sin Olaf, there's regular Olaf with 3 AD items. I don't think Diana can solo carry, but he does have options. But the later, like the longer it takes for him to get this Olaf, like the less value it's gonna have, right? In terms of like stacking AD and in terms of like yeah, getting value out of it. Also, sorry if I'm not really reading chat. I'm trying to like process my thoughts because it actually takes me a while to do both. Better together, lock it, less whisper. That is a quirky start if I've ever seen one. But let's see what the game plan is. Let's see what the game plan is. So not slamming Stoneplate. I'm assuming he's either gonna go like Runons or if there's a Spat, I think Spat would be really good. He won his next 2 rounds though, which is good. I think he also would have won his first round if he just positioned properly with the solo frontline Braum. That was also an option, right? There's Cav Spat. If Spat doesn't get taken, there's a 3 gold bow. There's a Diana with Cloak, but you really don't want another Cloak, right? I mean, I guess it's fine. You can go QSS Runons. He took the Diana over the Spat. I think that might be a mistake in the long run, but we'll see. Like, you get the spike now with 4 Scalescorn, but you get another Cloak. But I guess you do have, he also has a remover, so he can remove the Cloak and make use of both Cloaks later for Olaf, right? But this makes him stronger right now. But you can also argue that 3 Cav makes him as equally strong. You can like Cav the Braum and then you can remove it later onto Olaf. But this is his strongest board, right? I mean, he's chilling. He's 20 gold. Like, he's 20 gold, he's 2 streak. He just doesn't have any items to work with. He has like half of everything he needs. Half QSS, half Runons, half BT, half Cavspad, like potentially from all his components. But potentially. And then if he 4 streaks here into just playing like playing any Olaf board, he's chilling. He's 30 here as well. What are his matchups? Winning, and then yeah, he wins all 3 of these matchups. So I think he can comfortably 4 streak here. And then as long as he gets the Olaf and like hopefully any item to work around, he'll be fine. Yeah, he's 4 streak here. That's super good. This is winning every time. I guess the thing about playing Diana is that I'm pretty sure no one's played against Sins in quite a while. So this Diana can just get easy backline kills right now. Cloak chain. Hopefully he can finish one item here. Maybe 2. And then hopefully find an Olaf at some point. Double volley. Mirage check. He actually could have been, yeah, he totally could have been 5 streaking if he managed to position properly first turn. But honestly, 4 streaking here is also really good. Belt. Sunfire. Flagging. Sunfire Runons. Holds one volley. Sunfire Runons, double cloak. Can use both cloaks at oh, I feel like you can there's Runons. Honestly, you can put everything on the Diana right now. If you don't want to Sunfire or yeah, just Sunfire Braum. What am I saying? That rolling. He's doing the you can do this like in your solo queue games as well. He's doing the last second sweat level. Even though the person that's also streaking is already level to 6. But yeah, fight someone that rolled to 10 and has a Shioyu and a Nico. So this might be losing. And a Morello and Nivea. Can he Scalescorn Spat anything better? I feel like he played the Nunu, right? He could have Scalescorn spatted that over the Sejuani one and maybe gotten more value out of it. It's not like Sedge 2 will make that much of a difference. Oh, really good options. Wait, these are really good options. I'm okay taking Best Friends or Relic. But I think Best Friends probably has way more value. He's checking lobby. It's also full AD lobby. Almost always almost all of them. The majority of them are playing AD. Varus, Cannoneers, Shioyu. And you're playing Scalescorn as well. I think it would be surprising if he didn't took Best Friends. He re-rolled. What are you re-rolling for? That's also fine. Like, I mean, you can he double checked the lobby. You could have totally gotten value out of Best Friends. Olaf getting the attack speed and the extra armor is insane, but I guess he doesn't have the Olaf yet, and I don't think I would have I don't think I would have ever rerolled from that spot though. Like yeah, I don't think there was ever a scenario where I would have rerolled from that position. Because you also double check the lobby. I think you play the Olaf now. When you already double check the lobby, oh I wouldn't you can keep the Diana. You can just use the remover. You don't have to you don't have to sell the unit. Yeah, you can just sell that, Scalescorn your Nunu, but you can just just and then hold the Diana. Is Diana better than anything on his board right now? Maybe the Lillia. So what's more valuable, like getting AD on this Olaf and sacking it, or actually trying to win? But I think that's something you can probably gauge off of like your matchups. Obviously saving HP and but you can probably do both, right, with the Braum too. Or you can at least frontline the Olaf so that you can win and let the Olaf die. So you win your round with the Braum too, with the Scalescorn Nunu, with the extra damage, and then you just let the Olaf die as well. Takes a glove, that's good. You can totally go for QSS here. Or greed. I haven't played the Olaf in so long, so I actually don't know the best play to make here is, but you can. He does level. Probably played okay to play the Sedge. That's fine. You get 2 natural level 7 shops, and then after neutrals you probably roll for Olaf 2, Diana 2. And then like any other upgrades you can find. He's playing Angora, who all in by the looks of it. Has Deja on bench. Also, does anyone any Mirage check? Like Mirage check one time. Okay, let me read chat for once. RFC's Olaf's best item is definitely hold the glove till 4-2 for sins. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought as well. Yeah, I mean, he loses this Angora all in. Or not all, I mean, yeah, all in, so. Lost his streak. But that's probably fine. He's relatively healthy for his spot. And then after neutrals, he's just gonna roll for upgrades. Also, what's the best Scalescorn Spat holder? Pike, Talon, then Pike. Oh yeah, you go Talon 2. Like it's a lot more likely he hits Talon 2 on his roll down. You go Talon Pike, you pray for Sinspat with his glove. And then you go either RFC, healing. You go like RFC with like a healing augment. You go BT, worst case. You go Orson. You go Talon, Sinspat, Olaf, Diana +1. I mean, the losses are super good. The losses are really good. I also can't help but think that best friends would have been so much better in this lobby. Looking at the majority of the matchups, they're all AD, minus Angora, who's playing Evoker plus uplink. Does this Olaf die? Oh, he took out Bruiser. Okay, surely it dies, right? Surely. Like, surely. Okay, good. Here, that's whatever. Shen 2 is good. Tear Rod. Tear Rod. Tragedy. Is he gonna stop here? Is this enough to is this enough to keep is this stable? I think you can afford to greed one, because if you get Earth Grab Bag and get Sinspat, I mean Hodge is good, but you could like get Earth Grab Bag, you could get a healing augment, and then slam the Hodge next turn. If you don't get one. Because your win con is always gonna be like your win con is always gonna be like a spat item Olaf. Like Sinspat and Cavspat. But I mean Cavspat is like he can probably get that off like a full emblem. Oh, he slammed everything. He went Spark as well. Which I'm not sure is any value when the majority of your damage is going to be physical. From the Olaf itself. Insta-punished. Instantly punished. But I mean, maybe he takes component. He takes component and gets dropped double bow. Oh, he took it anyway, okay. It's a bow. That's Ragewing Olaf. I told you, dude, Ragewing Olaf is best in slot. But you can tell by his setup, you can tell by his setup he's not even looking to play Sin Olaf. He probably wants Cav Olaf. That or he just hasn't seen he just hasn't seen a single talent and he's hard stuck one Diana. But now, like, not a lot of people have had much experience playing Sin Olaf in like recent patches, I feel. And then you play Scalescorn, Scalescorn Talon, and then you go like Diana 2, full backline everything, and then that's just something everyone else in the lobby has to like worry about, right? Oh, he beat Deja too. But in fairness, this person doesn't have like any combat. Pandora's supposed to level up, and then Electrocharge is the only combat, so even with Deja 2. And looking at Reuniclus board, the majority of it is upgraded, so he's not in the worst spot. Now he's probably just gonna gauge whether he can slow roll on 7 or push 8. Ilawi 3, Varus 3. I'd like to think that's a bad matchup for non-Sin Olaf. We're just hard stuck hitting the Ilawi forever. Yeah, like this. And then you just get out DPS by Varus. But he does have Shen to buy he does have Shen to buy a lot of time. Better together, double TG Sunfire. Oh, he's winning. So maybe he just pushes 8 then. But now he's last pick. I mean, he can just go Cav Olaf if he really wants to. But I can't help but think that the setup would look a lot different with Sin Olaf. There's also a Fawn. And then just fit extra units or synergies. The chain's on a 5 cost, the glove is on a Varus. Fawn is taken. You can tell he really wants a chain. He's gonna fake belt and then go chain. Nice try, nice try. NT try. Oh, levels here. This is fine. There's a Talon. I mean, now you go for either, right? Now you can go either. Sin or Cav, depending on what the treasure dragon gives you. But you can tell with the Hodge Slam, he wasn't thinking about getting like Earth Grab Bag or like thinking about Sin Olaf to begin with. Sells the Talons as well. He wants the Cav variant. Go ZZ Rot, that's fine. Burn both components. You can tell he wanted Cav Olaf from the beginning. By prioing Nunu, by going Sedge, and then going Hodge Slam without even considering about Sin Olaf. And he's hard stuck Diana 1. So it's like that's also fine. Is ZZ Rod a top item? ZZ Rod is just to burn both components because he knows he wants the only thing he needs from this spot is a chain. So slamming the ZZ Rod is just more frontline to buy time for the Olaf to do damage. He sold Bard. I mean, the board itself looks fine. The items are okay, but you can tell the setup. If you've played this comp before, the setup would look a lot different when you if he waited that one turn before 4-2, and if he took Spat all the way from the beginning on stage 2 Caro instead of the Diana with the cloak. But all things considered, it's not the worst. And then he can just econ back up, roll back down for Olaf 3, get the Cav Spat or Sin Spat here, but most likely gonna try to go for Cav Olaf. And then yeah. trying to win out from there. Yeah, I was a little shocked he didn't play the Bard. You can take out Bard for this Hecarim one. I think it would have been a lot of value. He insta takes this, which is fine. He gets the Cav Spat and then the Hodge. So you can tell he just wanted to play he was looking for Cav Olaf setup the entire game. Like is he even gonna try to change anything about his board? It definitely feels bad stacking Lillia 1 as your off carry. When it could have been like a Scalescorn Talon 2 or Diana off carry. Like he just completely disregards like the Sin route and is going for this variant because of the choices he made mid game. Which honestly, all things considered, was not the worst. Yeah, playing Bard gives you 2%. Basically, those 2 rounds where you had the Bard, you get the extra 2% odds potentially for 3 costs or 5 costs. You don't really, this Hecarim 1 does not make you any much stronger. So playing that, you get the extra HP on top of having 2 guild and the extra mana gen, but most importantly, you get the 2% odds. Which, if it's diverted into 3 costs or 5 costs, caps your board so much higher. When you can go for like Scalescorn Pike off carry, and then Olaf 3. Because you can imagine a world where it's like instead of Lillia having the off carry items, it can be Diana 3, it can be Pike 2, it can be Talon 2, and then you have this Olaf. But in general, this version of the comp is gonna cap a lot lower until like Olaf 3. And your off carry is Lillia. So it really does cap a lot lower in terms of how much damage you can output, and I mean this version is a lot tankier, but can you really is it tanky enough to out DPS other comps like in mid stage 5? Probably not until Olaf 3. This guy is 2 off Deja 3? Bro. That's kind of sussy. This is Warlord Deja as well. It's just been stacking the... Okay, never mind. He's getting railed. He's getting kind of railed. Oh, I don't think this was a strange comp to go for. I just think I would have taken a different approach. Isn't it Talon Diana over Braum Leona? Yeah, when you're already playing 5 Cav, right? You can just move all these frontline items to the Nunu. But there's no way you do it now. There's no way you do it now because the way it would have been like Talon, like if he went Talon 2, it would have been Scalescorn Hodge Talon with Diana, and then but he completely just disregarded that route, right? Plus, no one else really holds the frontline items that effectively as Braum. Braum tanks so much, even when you have 5 Cav. Like, this Braum didn't die. So, like... Is Braum just the most broken solo frontline unit in the world, or what? Have Olaf with devastating charge. The Olaf damage is enormous. It's a weird transition now, but he had the option for Diana 2 Talon 2 at one point. It would have been a lot, like he would have lost all his the majority of his frontline if he chose that route. Takes Guardian Spat, that's fine. There's probably nothing I don't think there was anything better on carousel. I wasn't really looking. Oh shit, Leona 3? Oh. Wait, you never know. So his endgame board is going to be Yasuo over the Leona. And you Guardian Spat the whatever. Highest HP unit. Nunu probably, yeah. Oh, Chatsky's is level up, fast 9, Soraka 2, Shioyu 2, 9 Jade, Yasuo 2. Okay, this guy is winning lobby. So he's playing for I mean, he can totally play for second. I think second from this spot is pretty reasonable. If he hits Olaf 3. I don't know what his other matchups are though. Angora died, Huey died. But you can see this version of the board is just capping so much lower. Oh, the Varus. I mean, Varus should be a winning matchup now. As long as you have the Shen same side as the Varus, and then you have yeah, leave it there. Oh, this Olaf though. Like, doesn't this Olaf get targeted first? Yeah. Actually, it should be fine. The Alawi should die faster. It's not fine. It's actually not fine. Is it fine? I think if you had Braum like 1 or 2 to the left. Braum 1 left with yeah, Braum 1 or 1 Braum more to the left. Oh, also on a small note, he probably shouldn't have rolled deep. Like, you can roll deep either after neutrals or when you hit your 8th Olaf. Like, after he lost this round, he probably should have just econ back up. But yeah, that the Braum positioning and then the Olaf getting targeted first was really bad. Shojin is kind of useless. Actually, not even kind of. It is useless. Oh, there's the 8th Olaf. Oh, nice. Okay, maybe he can top. Maybe he can still top 2 then, because now he should always win the Now he can almost always win the Varus matchup. So Chatsky's would beat Elbow, and then maybe he beats this. You could have Shojin Hecarim over Lillia as well, because the CC is definitely a lot more valuable than getting any extra damage output out of your Lillia off carry. But it looks like Hecarim will cast twice anyway. Hopefully. No, it would have casted so much earlier actually. If it was a Shojin hack. Actually, it looks like he still wins. Wait, is Lillia off carry broken? 6k damage? Heck, wait. Wait, Lillia off carry is... What do I know? Yeah, like 80% of it is Spark. Who was the guy going for Deja 3? It was Damn Sam. I don't know how to say this properly. Diam Siam? I just call him Damn Sam. Win trading Shioyu positioning? No Jade statue? Holy PayPal. That was some interesting Shioyu positioning, not gonna lie. That's a PayPal angle if I've ever seen one. Oh my god, is this the Yasuo in your solo queue games? No, it's actually PayPal diff. That was like the most PayPal Shioyu positioning I've ever seen. No Jade statue, solo frontline, losing 1v1 to Olaf. That was kind of sussy. That was really sussy, actually. Someone should check that guy's account for some interesting transactions. I'm just saying. Hi Aviva. Hello, hello. Oh, I mean this positioning is a lot this positioning is a lot better. Maybe I can see the fight be kind of good here. Yeah, I think this matchup is always winning for Olaf, right? Shen just blocks so much damage from Varus. And then Ilaoi is not same side. Damn. I think he's I think he's guaranteed second here. Just off of winning that fight. Shroud, BT, blue buff. He took a little too long to decide, giving Oboe Shroud, but it shouldn't make a difference for him. Takes a 5 gold trap claw, that's fine. But no one took Frozen Heart. I think Chatsky's auto wins if he takes Frozen Heart Yasuo, because he has open slot Yasuo. And then you Frozen Heart your Hecarim or your Shen, with probably Hecarim. So that was also another PayPal moment. No one taking Frozen Heart against the Olaf player. Kinda sussy. Takes RFC for the Yasuo. I mean, that's like a better item for the Yasuo generally, but like you can't help but think Frozen Heart is even more value in this 1v1 matchup. Like ridiculous value. Ridiculous value. Maybe they all have like an equal agreement, you know? Maybe they all PayPal each other to some extent. There's a blue buff too. RFC is fine. I can see why he took RFC, but before Frozen Heart is really sussy. And then he beat him. But I mean, Ghosts will always be weaker. Let's see if he beats the real, because he is level 10. I think this should always be a second, which in fairness was a pretty decently played second. Obviously, I would have made different decisions, but I can see his reasoning behind the things he did, even if it resulted in an overall lower cap board. Also, the Shioyu will never win a 1v1 against the Olaf. Unless Soraka? No, Shioyu is just dead. Is he gonna win again? No, maybe this Yasuo is too broken. Oh, Zoe. Random Zoe. Is Reunion considered a top player in OC, like top 5? Top 20. I mean, he made it to day 2, so that is top 20. Top 16, right? Yeah. I've always said this about I said this yesterday about Reuniclus. His decision making mid game is if he has better mid game decision making, he can be a top 5 player. But the routes he decided with from his spot capped his board a lot lower than it could have been. Like a lot lower. Last Whisper, he can just reforge this. Probably anything's better. Just play the Bard. Okay, never mind. Top. I mean, I would have reforged it, and I would have reforged it, and I would have played the Bard, but yeah. Mid late game decision making, he really needs to improve on. As you can see. I mean, all things considered, you take those seconds. You take those seconds for sure. Scalescorn can't really beat Jade. I think he could have. I think he 100% could have with a different board. With a different variation of the comp. Because he had the option for Sin Olaf. He had the option for Sin Olaf. He had the option to take he had the option to take the Spat off of stage 2 Caro. And then he had the option to he had the option to play a much different board level 8 and 9. It's just the decision making was very not what I would have done. With Sense he could have gotten the Soraka easier. With Sense he could have well, it's not even about that specific matchup. With Sense he would have put with Sense he would have put a lot more pressure on the lobby itself. Because that's one more matchup you have to think about positioning against, like, drastically, right? You need at least, like, you need to, like, have a backline protection. You need to, like, make sure your carry's not on the same side. You need to make sure this Olaf doesn't 1v9 your comp. And you get to play the better version, right? You get to play much better units. You get Talon Bard Pike, Scalescorn Pike, or Scalescorn Talon, depending on which one you hit first. He capped so much lower. He capped so much lower by going Hodge, Spark, Lillia off carry, when it could have been Hodge, Spark Pike, Hodge, Spark, Frozen Heart Talon, Scalescorn Spat Talon. So in terms of like how his end board formed, it was a lot different than what I expected.